It is just shameful that so mumuch time can be lost over one player. That is a lesson for even children who play. This should be a game of men and not so much clowning around.
I'm sorry, I can't disagree with a word of it. I'm actually getting sick and I'm actually beginning to feel embarrassed for Neymar now. Surely some of his teammates have to say to him, look, you need to calm this down a little bit, because eventually somebody's going to get hurt. I mean, you saw in this game that the Mexicans were running around. Number one, they were trying to kick him, but one of his teammates is going to get it because of his antics. It's embarrassing, and if he wants to be the man, he needs to pack this.
By the way, should it have been a red card, though?
Yes.
Right, it should have been a red card.
Yes, it should have been a red card. But take that one incident away. Look at how many times he's rolling around and all the antics and the diving. I mean, it's embarrassing. This has been a great World Cup, but he could spoil it.
I think he was. I don't think he was as bad today, actually, as he was against Switzerland. But he sets a precedent, doesn't he? The first game he rolls around, then the second game he does. So he's forever wanting to, he's inviting the opposition to kick him all the time because he'll hold on to the ball a bit. I thought he was much, much better today. And you don't want his antics, as Stevie's just rightly said, to get in the way of his performance. Osorio's talking about what he's done off the field today, or what he was, doing on the field, getting kicked around. When actually you should be talking about his goal and his assist, because they were the standout moments really to break the deadlock.
On a technicality, it was a red card.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can clearly see with the stamp, there's no weight behind it.
There's no mallet,
the heel's on the ground.
Yeah.
The quote from Osorio actually rolled on for a bit. We didn't have it on the screen, where he says, we controlled the game at that point. I mean, see stuff like that. It's just utter nonsense. Because they had a good 20 minutes, as Stevie said.
Yeah.
But in the second half, it was wave after wave of attack, because they play a high-tempo game. They have done for, 4 games now, and they're tired. And Willian was just running at them for fun. So, it's just nonsense from the coach. And as for Neymar, I mean, we got all these people coming on here, giving you stats and all that, Neymar haters on social media. Well, not Neymar haters, you just get frustrated watching the guy.
Yeah.
There's so much talent rolling about like a big kid on the ground.
He is brilliant, yet he rolls around like nobody else, does he? No. You cannot pick or think of any other superstar footballer in the top 10 players in the world who do what he does. Mbappe doesn't, Cavani doesn't, Ronaldo, Messi. They get kicked, yes, they get up, they get on with it, they might complain a bit, but they don't roll around and create that much havoc as he does.
Boys, a word on Neymar?
Yeah, there is a lot of Neymar hate between the players, between Juan Carlos Osorio. There were words exchanged before the game. Neymar, after, said they spoke a lot. Now they're going home, referring to Mexico. We talked about the previous history between these players, between last games. They remember each other. They don't like each other. Should have been a red card, yes. The diving was embarrassing, though.
Look, let me just say this. It had nothing to do with Mexico losing. But all the words that I used about Neymar in the stadium probably aren't fit for TV.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I know you're heading back now that Mexico are out. Been wonderful to have you, boys. It's been entertaining, that is for sure. Let's talk about Brazil, shall we? I don't feel we've given them much love. This is a team that are just working their way through the gears and looking better with every game, yeah?
Yeah, going to miss Casemiro, I believe. Not a bad replacement if it is Fernandinho. Might find himself unlucky not to be playing a bit more, but Paulinho is preferred in there because he gets forward. I still think as a performance, Neymar got the goal, but I still think, again, he was outshone. Previously, it's been by Coutinho. I think he was outshone by Willian today.
That's right, wasn't he?
You scratch your head and think, why was he on the bench so many times for Chelsea last year? A guy who's so direct, so quick, tough to play against. And yeah, that game against Belgium is going to be terrific.
And a clean sheet as well.
Yeah, I was impressed with him defensively, no question. I don't remember Alisson having to make a save. And Mexico are as good on the break as any team in this competition. And they snuffed it out. Wagner at the start had a bit of a problem, but then Silva just came out and helped them out. So, yes, we can talk all day about how great they are going forward, but I thought defensively they were absolutely
You sometimes think about Marcelo not playing and Felipe Luis coming in at left back, and he doesn't want to get forward as much, and that's now a good thing, isn't it? Because he actually doesn't.
Yeah.
If you leave that three that we've mentioned, Willian, Coutinho, Neymar and whoever, Paulinho driving forward, I thought every time Mexico tried to counter-attack them, they had 6 bodies back, 2 walls. even when they were clearing corners, they were all out. They played Mexico offside on the second ball in a number of times. They look really organised for the first time in a long time. Yes, I think they are susceptible at sitting in the right back area with Wagner. He doesn't look as good as, you know, a Danilo or anyone like that. But I just thought that block right in the middle of the pitch, they looked really really strong today.
And what they did I notice in the second half quite a few times was, if they can do it, is when Mexico did have the ball, they dropped Jesus back into the left-hand side, and Neymar just sort of kept himself through the middle, because the young fella's going to come back and put a shift in a little bit more, and then when on the break, he's quick, and you've got Neymar up there. So when they could switch those two defensively, that's what they did.